An Army veteran buys a $68,000 Carvana car for wife, but it was a stolen vehicle. Which, by the way, apparently Carvana has actually a pretty big issue with selling stolen cars. Like, it's actually a common thing. So, a husband in North Carolina looking to surprise his wife with a new car for her birthday was the one who ended up being surprised when he found out months later the vehicle had been stolen, falsely advertised, and sold to him, according to a report. Jason Scott, an Army veteran in Moore County, spent more than $68,000 for what he thought was a 2021 Maserati SUV from Carvana in November 2022, only to find out last month that their vehicle was not at all what they thought. WTVD Raleigh Durham reported. According to the report, the couple took their car to be serviced at a local Maserati dealership in February and learned from the facility the VIN on the car, window, and door didn't match. The facility concluded the vehicle was a stolen 2017 Maserati. It was exciting for it to be coming down the hill. Waiting for it outside, everything was fine, Scott told the outlet. But then mechanics inspected the vehicle, and that's when they found out that the vehicle was stolen. When they checked the VIN number on the chassis, that's when they saw that it was a stolen vehicle. VIN on the car, on the window, and the car door was different, he added. Police subsequently seized and impounded the vehicle, WTVD reported. Scott said he was questioned by police who let him go after he provided proof that he purchased the vehicle from Carvana. Like, he should be able to sue Carvana for the full price of the vehicle. He then turned his attention to the used car dealer who sold him the car in the first place, seeking reparations. But Scott's complex situation was not resolved. She said, "Well, we can't trade the vehicle back in until you bring the vehicle back." I said, "I can't bring the vehicle back." I said, "The police have the vehicle," Scott told WTVD. According to the outlet, Scott provided the police report that said the vehicle was impounded and demanded the return of his down payment and his monthly payments. And Fox News Digital reached out to Carvana, but did not immediately receive a response. Scott has since gotten legal representation and is seeking $1 million in compensation from Carvana for financial and reputational losses. He is also seeking an apology. WTVD reported Carvana responding to Scott's lawyer, denying any prior knowledge that the vehicle was stolen when it was purchased, and apologized to him for his experience. The company also said a customer advocate is working with Scott to refund the money he had already spent on the purchase. He was also given a choice to use the funds to purchase a different vehicle of his choice, per the report. And the company offered to give him $1,000 that he may freely use. Scott said he wants the money back and for Carvana to take action to prevent such a situation from happening to future customers. I know they say they have a 150-point inspections. I want them to have 151. Check to see if the vehicle is stolen. The last thing I want anybody to do is to get caught late at night on some strange road in the backcountry and they can't verify it and they look at that person as a criminal, he said, WTVD reported. And despite Scott's ongoing litigation and other legal challenges in North Carolina and other states, many of the company failing to deliver titles or for selling vehicles without state inspections, Carvana celebrated its 10th year anniversary last month. And the company boasts of being an industry pioneer that makes purchasing a vehicle easier by allowing customers to complete the entire process over the internet. They also offer a money back guarantee and home delivery. See, here's the thing, right? One, he definitely should go through with his lawsuit and try to get as much money as he can because what Carvana is doing is disgusting that they allow stuff like this. Like, hey, you stole, like, you sold a stolen vehicle to someone. And this is probably not the first time that it happened. It's probably happened multiple times, especially since for some reason, Carvana is like really weird when it comes to them actually delivering titles. Like in a lot of cases, in some states, Carvana won't actually give you your title for like a year. There's been there's been reports where Carvana hasn't given people the title for their car for a year, right? Or new tags, etc. Like it's crazy, absolutely crazy. Let's see some of these comments. Carvana is nothing more than corporate fraud with a trick. They have been blocked from selling cars in multiple states, sold stolen cars more than once, and have really, really bad company finances. Avoid at all costs. Let's see. The moral of the story, never buy a car from a vending machine. How were they able to get a title, and who did Carvana get from? Lawsuit coming. He had better hurry up and collect from Carvana. They are on the verge of bankruptcy. Like the weird thing with Carvana, it seems like every time that they're about to basically lose everything, for some reason they're able to just dramatically increase their stock price, and it basically saves them. Never buy a car from Carvana. You will never receive the title to register it. It will sit in your driveway for 6 to 11 months before you get the title. This company should not be in business. Interesting. So, like, here's the thing, right? I feel like if you have like $68,000, close to $70,000, let's just run it up, 70 grand to spend, go through a traditional dealership or do not a traditional dealership. Maybe you even buy like from person to person, but you gotta actually have the title. Like you gotta buy the and collect the title because I would not want to trust a company like Carvana. It was so easy to find that the car was a stolen vehicle, thanks to the mechanics who discovered two VIN numbers on the car. He wants $1 million. I don't like Carvana's system and wouldn't want to do business with them, but they offered him a full refund plus $1,000. You could argue that the inconvenience is worth $5,000 maybe, but not $1 million. The thing is, I understand the reasoning behind trying to get $1 million because if cops think that you are driving around in a stolen vehicle and they treat you like a criminal when you are not, that is a potentially dangerous situation, right? Not to mention, say he were to go to this like mechanic shop, just a random place, and let's say that those people are not kind. And they call the cops, and the cops have a bad day already, and now they're like dealing, like potentially like dealing with someone who stole a vehicle, and they have to interact with someone, and you're just like reacting like you don't know what's going on, and maybe you like get very defensive. It can end really badly. Like it doesn't take much for things to end badly. So I say sue Carvana for $1 million. It's important to note Scott said he was questioned by police who let him go after he provided proof that he purchased the vehicle from Carvana. North Carolina is no paragon of virtue, but I give the cops that dealt with this credit for not shooting first and asking questions later. I wonder how Scott would have been treated in some other places. See, that's the thing, right? Because you never know who you are dealing with. So it could have been really bad. So Carvana is a joke. My girlfriend bought a Kia Soul from them to have it delivered. They delivered an electric car first when she ordered gas, so they had to take it back. Then the car they finally delivered, come to find out the cat was cut out of the bottom. I guess the catalytic converter. Carvana would not do anything about it either. Wow. Get a good lawyer and soon till the cows come home. And can you believe all the sick puppies that comment on this story? Buyer beware. I would never buy a car from Carvana. Too shady. I agree. Defana. So far this month on various sites, I have read 13 stories about how screwed up Carvana is. Crazy. Feel free to give your thoughts. But yeah, probably never do business with Carvana. Like, at all. Ever. And definitely don't go into debt for a like $70,000 Maserati because it said that he was making payments, right? So you're making payments on a $70,000 Maserati from Carvana. Like, that alone is crazy.